Hello and welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. Can't believe it is Sunday again already. I don't know where the time is going. So this week the two books that I will be reading are, I have a Kindle book and I have a physical book as usual, and I also have crazy hair apparently. So the first book is one that I have started. I've already a little bit of the way through it, so that is when the Kindle decides to actually load. It's so slow. A Parade of Horribles, which is the 8th book in the Dungeon Crawler Car series by Matt Dinniman. I'm 174 pages in, 17% of the way through. So this, for anyone who doesn't know, is about a man called Carl, and he has his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, and one night about 3 o'clock in the morning he is smoking a cigarette out of the window just because he doesn't like to get smoke in the house with the cat, or the flat with the cat. And really uncharacteristically, Donut jumps out of the window, and so Carl freaks out. He's just in his boxers, and so he literally runs and grabs a leather jacket, a pair of pig crocs, and runs out of the house to try and get Princess Donut from out of this tree. When that happens, everything in the world collapses. Anything man-made is flattened, and the stairs start opening up into the central world kind of thing, and this ominous voice comes and is basically says you can either try and live on the surface of the planet, bear in mind it is winter and he's only wearing his underwear, and or you can try and go into these stairs and take part in the world dungeon, and you have to fight each level to survive. So Carl's like, well, we're not going to survive on the surface of the planet, there's nothing here. So he grabs Princess Donut, goes down into the world dungeon, and that is the premise of the book. So this is the 8th book in the series. They are now on to level 10. Each floor seems to have like a little bit of a theme. This one is racing, so they are racing a vehicle of some sort, and there's like different parts to it. But I am 174 pages in, but there is a lot of information that is given to you, so we're not fully into the story yet, but I am really enjoying it. So there's that. Then I will be reading a physical book because I finished a book last night, so that will be one of my May TBR, and that is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore, and this is the 4th book. Let me just check. Yeah, the 4th book in the Dream Harbour series. Now this is about a man who owns a pancake house, and he has a daughter, and he needs to find somebody to look after her, and so he then hires Iris to be the nanny for his daughter. And then there's a romance. That's all I know about it. But yes, I picked this up from the works so long ago. It's got the sprayed edges and it's really cute, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. It's quite funny, this is the only one of these books in the series that I own physically. I have all of the others on Kindle, but for some reason I picked this one up. So yes, I'm looking forward to getting into this because I haven't started it yet. I've just put a bookmark in. So those are the books that I will be starting the week with. Well, it is going to be a little bit quieter this coming week, so I'm hoping that I will get a good amount of reading done, but we shall see as always. It is now a little bit later in the day. It's just after 5:30 and I have been doing basically nothing but reading and watching some YouTube videos, been catching up on some YouTube and making progress on my knitting, which is great because I felt like I needed a day where I haven't done anything at all. We just popped to the shop earlier, and then the second we got back it started hailing, so that was not great, but also at least we missed it. But I have made some progress on the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I have to really think about it every time, and I am 103 pages in, which is really good because I just started this today. I'm enjoying it, but it is a little bit cringy. I think I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but there was like a really cringy bit because he's talking, so I can't find it, but basically, a guy finds out that he has a daughter that he didn't know about. She's 5 years old, and sadly, her mom dies in a car accident. And then her grandmother is elderly and also not in good health, so she can't look after her. So he has to fly from Paris to Dream Harbour to come and meet his child Olive and to take on custody of her and look after her. And he is a chef, and unfortunately the only place that is hiring somewhere in this very small town is the Pancake house, so he has to work there. But because of his working hours, he needs a nanny. And not only does he need a nanny, but he needs a live-in nanny, and that's where Iris comes in. And the first time they meet, she spills some green smoothie all down him, and it's very much he is grumpy and she is just so carefree and fun, but doesn't particularly like children or know what to do with them. But then she ends up being the nanny, and they're very obviously very attracted to each other right from the start. And yeah, as I said, there was just one bit where they're in the kitchen, I think, and he's just talking about, oh, you know, how attractive he finds him. He's like, oh, I can't be the sleazy boss. And then it's something along the lines of, he then clenches his fist again, you know, and thinking about the thing that they never, oh, I'm going to see if I can find it because that's really going to annoy me. But yeah, it's like fully, he's like clenching his fists against. I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Ah, here we go, here we go. Okay. So yeah, he's talking about being a lecherous boss. And then this is the bit that just really made me cringe. Instinctively, his fingers balled into fists at his side, like they were mourning the loss of something they'd never had. He's met her 2 times. And the first time she bumped into him and spilled smoothie all over him. And now he's hired her to be his nanny. On honestly. So the thing is, the pumpkin spice cafe and the cinnamon bun bookstore, right? Those two I read, and yes, they are a little bit cringy, but I enjoyed them. Now, the Christmas Tree Farm was my least favourite that I'd read out of them. And then, yeah, this one, I just feel like it is just a little bit cringy. Maybe the other ones were too, but because I'm now thinking about it a little bit more with having to talk about it. But yeah, it's just a nice palate cleanser in all honesty. I think as long as you know going into them that they're a little bit cringy, it's not so bad. You don't need to take them too seriously. It's just a cute little small town romance. So yeah, I haven't read any more of Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I will probably do some more of that later. But that's all the updates I have for now. So I've made myself a hot chocolate and I'm just about to get myself upstairs and into bed. I thought I'd do a really quick update. So I am still reading the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I'm now 156 pages in, so I have made pretty good progress on this actually. I am still enjoying it overall. It is still kind of cheesy. You can really tell where this is going, but I feel like that is pretty standard with these books. But yeah, I just think just a little bit cheesy. I do like the small town of it all though. They've just been to a town meeting and it's just so Gilmore Girls. It's just so Gilmore Girls coded that I can't lie. I think it's really cute. And they're deciding about a strawberry farm, like there's going to be some kind of strawberry event and like a strawberry field. Overall, not too much has happened really. It's just Archer trying to bond with his daughter and him and Ira trying not to hook up even though they live in the same house and they're clearly really into each other. It's pretty predictable. I can see where it's heading, but it's been a fun read so far. I think I'm just under halfway through. I'm gonna get myself into bed and continue this one. It's funny because I picked it up because I thought to myself, oh, you know, spring sort of vibes, and the weather's been miserable today, so it hasn't really fit the vibe at all. I heard it's meant to be warming up, so we shall see. It is Monday again already. I really don't know where the days are going. The weekend went far too quickly and I'm not ready to be back at work today, but unfortunately I am. I have been reading more of the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I was reading it last night before I went to bed, and then I have read some of it this morning. So I'm now 217 pages in. I've got just under 150 pages to go. So I'm thinking that I'll actually get this finished today if I just focus on it at my lunch break and when I finish work. Overall, I'm enjoying it. As I've said already, it is very cheesy. It's very obvious that the two main characters are going to get together. They've been very flirty. They have accidentally slept in the same bed together, but nothing else happened. He has licked some pancake batter off her finger and then was like, I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, no, you should, you're her boss. But overall, it's quite cute. His daughter Olive has been poorly and Iris doesn't know what to do. She's like, I don't know how to look after sick children, and so he's come home and helped with that. But yeah, I'm just there's so many hints that they're going to get together, that you know, they keep flirting with each other. So I'm hoping that it will be soon now, because you know, not long to go. But yeah, overall it's a little bit predictable, but it's quite fun. It's a nice little palette cleanser. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this one. I am coming in to tell you that I have finished A Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. The edges are so cute. This, I think, so I gave it 3 stars. This was, I think, probably my second least favourite. So I would say Pumpkin Spice, because it's the first one. I really enjoyed that. Then the Cinnamon Bun. Then this one, then the Christmas Tree Farm. The Christmas Tree Farm was my least favourite. This one, close second to that. It was cute, it was easy to read, exactly what I needed after a really busy, stressful week. But it had a plot point, a trope, I don't know what you'd call it, I don't want to spoil it. That is my least favourite thing ever in a romance book. It's not as bad as it could have been, but yeah, and I'm not a big fan of like single dad kind of books. They're not really my vibe. Overall, I thought it was really cute. The thing that I love about these the most is the thing I love the most about these is the small town. And so see Dream Harbour, I've read the 4th book and I've seen all the characters. My actual favourite part of this is the book club, and the book club had me laughing out loud, and there was a scene in this and it was just hilarious. Bit on the nose, to be fair, with the plot point in here, but I really like that. I liked seeing all of the characters from the books, like Genie, and his name's gone out my head, but from the first one, and then seeing, you know, they're in the bookstore, those kind of things. It's really cute, but I just feel like they're just quite predictable. And yeah, single dad is not my favourite. And it was quite funny because I was reading this earlier and it's got I don't know if you can see, it's got a tiny little bunny on the cover, and I was near about 100 pages to go, if that, and I was like, why has it got a bunny on the front? Like, there's no bunny in this. And then of course, as soon as I said that, there was a plot point with a bunny in it, so that was quite funny. But yeah, another book done quite early in the week, which is always nice. And I only actually have one more book on my physical TBR to read for May. I'm really hoping that I'll actually finish all the books that I need to in May, which would be amazing. I haven't made any more progress on it yet, but I will be picking Dungeon Crawler Card back up, The Parade of Horribles. I am really looking forward to getting into this more now. I feel like I have had my lazy weekend, decompress, and I'm ready to read something with some substance, something that I can really get into, and I'm really looking forward to this because I've been seeing so many people post about this, and I'm trying to dodge the spoilers. So I will be focusing on this from now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to picking this back up. The weather has been miserable today, which surprisingly is actually quite nice because it just means I feel cozy and I can just chill and read my book here. So yeah, I am going to do that for the rest of the evening because it's 8:20. So I'm going to do that and just see how it goes. Now Tuesday, I am on my lunch break. I've just been out and it's really muggy out there, so that's not great. So I'm just in my t-shirt trying to cool down. But I have been reading more of A Parade of Horribles, and I think I'm past 200 pages now, which is really good. Opening it to see 246 pages, chapter 31. And that's 32% of the way through, so I've made really good progress with this and I'm back in. I'm locking in now. I'm really enjoying it. It's really difficult to actually say anything about it without saying any spoilers because I can't talk about any characters because it'll just be spoilers. So no, I'm really enjoying it. They're up to their usual shenanigans. As I said, this is based on like a racing system, and they have had a big boss battle, and yeah, they're just continuing on with that. And yeah, I'm just really finding it difficult to say anything. I love these books. I find them hilarious. I have laughed out loud a couple of times. There's been a couple of things that have been really funny. The jokes are really good, and then there's also like a lot of really serious things happening in the background, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. Donna is best as always. She is just the sassiest, and I just love her. So yeah, I am hoping that I can get about halfway through this today, so get to 50% would be really good. But yeah, I'm just having a really good time with it, and I don't know what I'm going to do once it's over, and then I have to wait for the next one again. Really enjoying it and looking forward to reading more. So yes, I am wearing the same jumper that I was wearing yesterday. I put this on because I'm so cold. I've got my blanket. I have a hot cup of tea. It's a fruity tea, and this one's really nice. And I am currently drinking this out of my tea rations little tin mug, which actually fits really nicely with the physical book that I'm reading, which is While We're Apart by Ellie Dean. So because I finished the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, I have picked up another physical book. So this is the last book that I need to read from my May TBR. And luckily it is shorter than the last Ellie Dean that I read. So this I think is only about 400 pages. The last Ellie Dean I read was 500 pages. So hopefully this one will be a little bit quicker. But yeah, I'm really hoping, because the last few months I haven't managed to read all of the books on my physical TBR. So I'm really hoping that this month I can get this finished before May ends, and then I can go into June with a clean slate and just read the books that I have on that TBR. So I'm just going to pop that down so that I don't spill it. So this is the 8th book in the Cliffhaven series. If you have been watching my channel at all, then you will have seen at least one of these books. You know, I'm trying to get through them. I've got a lot to go. So this is number 8. And I'll just quickly read the synopsis for you. So this says, it's 1942 and England is at war. Mary Jones has just celebrated her 18th birthday and said goodbye to her childhood sweetheart, Jack, when she learns that a bombing raid has killed her parents and destroyed her home. Her father's trunk is still intact amidst the ruins, and Mary discovers a shocking secret amongst his diaries. Mary travels to Cliffhaven on the south coast in search of answers. Here she is billeted with Peggy Riley's fearsome sister Doris. When heartwarmed Peggy befriends Mary, she learns of the young woman's secret. but Peggy begins to regret getting involved, for there can only be trouble ahead. So I have only read one chapter of this, but I just wanted to make a start on it because the chapters can be a little bit long. The writing in these is pretty decent size. It's quite big and the margins are quite large as well. So the amount of words per page is not that long, but it always just seems to intimidate me. So I do like to get in, and then once I'm into the story, it's not so bad. So not a lot has happened at all. We've been introduced to Mary and her horrible mother and her dad and Jack, who she is sort of caught in at the moment. But yeah, I just wanted to make a start on this and just get into it. I have also been reading more of A Parade of Horribles. So I am 190 pages into this now. No, I am 290 pages into this now. I'm about 37% of the way through. I am really hoping that I can get to 50% today, so I think I might switch back to this and read a couple more chapters and just try and make a good amount of progress on it, because it's really picking up. It's really good. I just am struggling to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm really enjoying it. I really like how each book has a different kind of theme, because each level seems to be a different theme. So even though it is just them in the dungeon, another level, it doesn't feel repetitive because there's something different happening each time, and then there's plenty of stuff going on sort of around it. There's lots of drama, of course. So yeah, I am still enjoying this a lot. So I am currently just reading my book, but I thought I would show you Rosie Cuddles. I don't know if you can hear her purring, but she loves to get on my arm, and so I'm trying to read. This is the current setup, but yeah, she's just super cute, and I just thought you might appreciate seeing it. But yeah, so it's now Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, which is great. It's still miserable out there, so it's another day for a jumper. I did read more of A Parade of Horribles last night. I didn't quite make it to 50%. I'm 47% of the way through. I'm page 378, but I'm still pretty impressed with that. So yeah, I have been making good progress. The story has picked up. It's actually making me a little bit emotional. There's certain parts of this that are making me quite emotional with everything that's been happening. It's got snippets from other crawlers, and I haven't cried yet, but it's been close. And to say that this is just like a book about a dungeon, it's just insane to me how much goes into these. Like, it's honestly so good. So I'm hoping that I can make some more progress on this today. Again, it's really difficult to say anything because I don't want to spoil it, because that's just crap. But it's the 8th book, so yeah, I'm still avoiding anything online because I keep seeing things like snippets, because the audiobooks are so popular, everybody loves them and they are amazing. I haven't listened to the audio, but I've heard snippets, and my brother has listened to the audio, but they are amazing and I get it. But I keep hearing like people have clipped part of it, and I'm like, it's really cool, but I don't want any spoilers. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I want to get this finished before I see anything major. There's been some really funny parts of this as well. There's lots of really good jokes that actually help, because in the next second you then want to cry. So yeah, I still think Donut is the best. it's just really difficult because, you know, they're stuck in this dungeon. There's lots of death. There's lots of things happening that, and you know, it's very gruesome, and it's, as you can imagine, taking its toll on all of the people who are still in the dungeon. So it's interesting to see that change from how they were when they first became, you know, came into the dungeon to how they are now. And obviously Donut being a cat, she obviously remembers everything that happened beforehand, which is, it's really interesting, and there's like links to that. So there was like a little comment about something, and Carl was like, well, how could you possibly remember that? You were a kitten. But it's like, well, she knows. So that's quite interesting. But yes, I'm really looking forward to getting into this a little bit more today. So I'm about to get myself upstairs and into bed. My eyes feel so dry, but I have made some progress on A Parade of Horribles. So I am now 475 pages in, 61% of the way through. I'm still really enjoying this. It's absolute chaos. There was a part earlier that really made me laugh, and it's not even really related to the actual story, so it's not really a spoiler, but they've got these like clean up robots that essentially like hoovers, like the robot hoovers, and they've got two of them, and Donut is telling Carl about the fact that they've named them because they've got another one. So they're like, now we've got two, we're going to name them. And there's two references in there. So one's for Gilmore Girls and one's for Pretty Little Liars. So Donut is like, I can't remember what they end up calling one of them, but Donut was like, I wanted to call it Anna Nardini, and it's just so funny because that's a Gilmore Girls reference. So if you watch Gilmore Girls, you'll know. And then a little bit later on, she's like, oh yeah, the other cleaning bot, Ezra Fitz. And then Carl's like, why is it called Ezra Fitz? And she's like, because Ezra Fitz is trash. And I'm like, yes he is. Which is just really funny because that's a Pretty Little Liars reference, and it's just really funny to me, and it made me laugh out loud. And this is what I mean, it's just ridiculous that that's happening, and then there's some things happening at the moment which are referencing previous people, and it's just making me feel really emotional. And I'm just like, I have a feeling that this book might make me cry, depending on how it gets, because there's been some close calls, but it's just been really funny. There was a karaoke situation in this that was hilarious, and that's what I love about these books. They are really funny, they have such good humour in them, but they also have such a good story, and they just really hit you in your emotions and your feels. And you know, just they've been going through this dungeon now, they're on the 10th floor, they've seen so much has happened, and you can really see how it's taken its toll on them, and it's just really difficult to watch. And I love Princess Donut, and I'm just like, I don't want her to suffer anymore. I just want them to get out of this dungeon. So yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. I haven't actually read as much as I was hoping because I had to do some editing because I hadn't even started editing the vlog, so I had to do a bit of that, and we popped to the shop. Yeah, I think I'm going to get myself up into bed. Surprisingly, this week is going really quickly, which is not, but I've got a busy period at work coming up mid-June, and I'm like, I don't want these weeks to go too fast because I don't want to get to that. But I think it's just because it's been so quiet, but I also think it's just making me extra tired because of how busy it's been, and now it's quiet, so it's throwing me off. But yeah, I think I'm going to get myself upstairs and into bed, so I will leave it there. It is now Thursday. The week is going quite quickly. The days individually are going quite slowly, but never mind. So I thought I would just come here. It is lunchtime, it's 1:30. I'll let you know that I have made some progress on A Parade of Horribles. I'm 516 pages in, 67% of the way through, so I've made some good progress on this. It says I've got about 5 hours left, so I'm not sure that I'll get this finished today. I am working late today. I'll probably get quite close to being finished today, so then hopefully I'll have it finished tomorrow. But this vlog is not going to have many finished books at all. It's just pretty much going to be the one, probably, because I haven't made any more progress on while we're apart. I'm just trying to get this one done. I did request the second book in the Archivist series, so that is Thunderhead. That I've had an email today to say that it's ready to be picked up from the library, but the library closed between 1 and 2, which is when I had my lunch, and because I'm working late today, I'm probably not going to be able to pick it up, so I will pick it up tomorrow. I'll just pop out and get it, maybe just shift my lunch a little bit. So there is that. But yeah, I have also got Empire of the Vampire that I haven't even started, so I need to read that also, but I think I'm going to have to renew that because I'm not sure I'm going to get it finished in time. While We're Apart is the last book that I actually had on my May TBR, so I'm really hoping that I can get this done. I did read a couple of chapters, well, 2 chapters. I think I mentioned 1, but yeah, I'm now up to chapter 3, 48 pages in. We've had 1 chapter from the perspective of Mary, introducing who she is, and then 1 chapter in Cliffhaven, sort of just reintroducing the main cast of characters and just seeing what they're up to at the moment. So not really too much into it, but I think this is what I'm going to focus on after I finish Dungeon Crawler Carl, because I've mentioned it already, I'm trying to avoid spoilers for it. So that is pretty much it. So I have been reading more of A Parade of Horribles. I've actually made quite good progress today, so I'm 650 pages in, 84% of the way through. Just got to technically the second part. It's split into 2 parts, and it's still telling me that I've got 2 hours and 15 minutes left. There's quite a bit to go. But yeah, I have been reading more of this, and I'm still really enjoying it. So much happened, but the race portion of it now seems to be done and it's moving on to something else. But this book is different. So what I like about these is, yes, it's a dungeon, yes, there's levels, but every level is so different. This one's really different as well. It's been really interesting, and there's just been so much going on with the characters. There's been some emotional bits happening in this, and yeah, I'm scared of what's coming next. But my Kindle is on like 13%, so I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get to read this tonight, so I might switch over to my physical book. But I was really hoping I was going to get close to finishing this, but I am hopeful that I will get this done tomorrow, so that will be really good. But yeah, overall loving it. I think, okay, I'm not sure if this is the actual pronunciation, so I'm probably butchering this, but Prepotente is my favourite at the moment. He's just so ridiculous, but yeah, he's just amazing, and also has had some sad moments, and he just loves to scream a lot. But yeah, it's every time I read his name, I have to really think about it. I'm pretty sure it is pronounced Prepotente, but I'm probably just making that up. It's probably something completely different, but I'm just going to go by Pony because that's his little nickname. And yeah, he is just getting up there with Carl and Donut as really good characters. So yeah, I'm looking forward in a way to see what's coming. I'm a bit scared with how it's all panning out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. So yeah, to put it on charge. So when I do that, I think I'm going to pick up more of this. I haven't even read any more, but I think I will get at least a chapter or 2 of this read tonight. I can't believe it's Thursday evening already. I don't know where this week has gone so far. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So it's Friday, the sun is shining, and it's the afternoon, so it's almost 2 o'clock, and I'm very much looking forward to finishing work for the day and just being able to chill for the weekend. It's actually nice and sunny out there, which makes a change, and I'm also wearing a Prince t-shirt, of course. So I have made some progress on A Parade of Horribles. I am 673 pages in. I'm like 87% of the way through. I think I've got just under 2 hours to go, so I'm really hoping that I'll get this finished today. It's just gotten to the second part of the book, so it's split into 2, and this is now another level, so I'm really intrigued. There's been some things happening. I heard that this is going to be a 10-book series, but with how this book is going, it's feeling very end game. Now that may change in the next section, but yeah, it's feeling like things are wrapping up, so I'm unsure how it's going to pan out, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of this goes. And yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get this finished today. I don't have any plans this evening, so I'll probably just chill and read this. I do have a library book to pick up, so I'm going to pop out in a little bit and go and collect it. But I've also made some progress on While We're Apart. So my Kindle was charging last night because it was on like 13%, so I put it on charge and picked up While We're Apart by Ellie Dean. So I'm now 109 pages in chapter 6, and it's still setting things up. So the main character, Mary, her dad worked for the church and her mother was not a very nice person. She was dating a guy called Jack and he's going off to war, and she asks her parents if she can go and see him off at the train station, and they say no, so she decides to sneak out anyway. And when she sneaks out, unfortunately her parents are caught in a bomb raid and sadly pass away. So that has now happened. That's not a spoiler because it is mentioned on the back. Her parents die, and so that has happened. And then the other part of the story is that Peggy Riley, who owns the boarding house, it's given a little bit of an introduction to all the characters, and her husband is currently on leave because he is also, in the army, so he's on leave. But yes, it's still at the moment, it's like Cliffhaven, we see where the boarding house is, and then East Sussex is where Mary is based at the moment, but she is going to be coming to Cliffhaven at some point, according to the back of the book. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. As I said, to have gotten to page 109, it's quite good. They're quite, once I pick them up, once I get into them, they're pretty quick reads, so that's really good. But I think I'm going to try and get more of the Dungeon Crawler Card book done, so I want to get this done this weekend, and then I can really focus on this. I do want to get this finished before the month is up because it's the last book on my May TBR, but I also have a library book that I need to read also, not even the one that I'm going to pick up, another one. So I want to get this done so then I've got enough time to read that as well. So I am coming in to tell you that I have finished A Parade of Horribles. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I'm now absolutely terrified to know what is happening next, and I need the next 2 books immediately. So yeah, so much happened. Like I'm terrified. I don't even know where this could possibly go. I don't know what could possibly happen, but I'm terrified for every single person in this. But no, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, and I'm glad that I managed to get this finished because it is 20 to 10, so it's a little bit later than I planned, because after I finished work we went straight out to the shop. We did food shop. I looked at the books in Sainsbury's, and the one book that I wanted, which was on offer for £4, was out of stock, so I didn't pick anything up, which is probably a good thing because I don't get paid until next week. But then we came back and we have decided to start watching The Boys, so we watched the first episode of that, and then I just sat and read the final hour and a half of this, and yeah, really good. So that means I have actually finished 2 books in this vlog, which is good because I was worried that I wasn't going to get another book finished. So then, just to round everything off, I read the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. There were some things in it that just weren't personally my favourite for a romance, but it was enjoyable. I finished it pretty quickly. And then I am still reading While We're Apart. I haven't read any more since the last time, so I'm still on page 109, but this will now be the focus. Now that I've finished Parade of Horribles, this will be the next thing that I really properly focus on. So that's really good. And then I did pop to the library to pick up the book that I had requested, and that is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. So this is the second book in the Arc of Forsyth series, and yeah, I've still actually got it. I haven't returned to the library yet. The first book, Scythe, which I really enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to getting into this. So this is continuing on. It's saying that it's a year after Scythe, so I'm looking forward to getting into this, and it came in pretty quickly. I've got until the 19th of June to finish this, so yeah, I think that will be really good. So just really quickly, these are the books that I spoke about in this vlog, and I'm pretty proud of that. So yes, I will leave this one here. So thank you so much for watching this week's reading vlog. Please do like and subscribe, and please comment down below. Tell me what you've been reading this week, what you've been enjoying. Is there anything that I've read that you are interested in? Do you have any recommendations of what I should be picking up? I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.